Hi everyone, welcome to Suzan's Signature Success Show. My name is Suzan and this week we have the honor to welcome Zach.Kristensen. Welcome, I'm blessed to have you today, Zach.
Oh, so happy to be here, Suzan. Thanks for inviting me onto your show.
Could you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm happy to. I'm Zach Kristensen. I'm located in the United States in the great state of Utah, but I am CEO and co-founder of a company called Juxtabook, where I help authors be successful and become thought leaders in their specific spaces. And so I just love working with authors and being able to help them go where they want to go. So it's really great to work with them and be able to see what they want to produce and where they want to end up.
The why is very important. Why are you doing what are you doing?
Yeah, so I've been in the publishing industry probably about 10 years now, and one thing I've learned about authors is that they love their books. They're so passionate about their books, and it's so engaging to work with someone. And when you have someone who has a wonderful idea that you're working with, you know that their book could have an impact on culture, on the way society thinks, the way we see things, and the way how that trickles down eventually into the impact of the decisions that we make as individuals in organizations and societies. And so like for me, I really believe that one of the reasons I do this to help authors is books change culture. Books have a huge impact on culture, and I want to be a part of that.
Wow, that sounds amazing. We focus on success, on visions, on deliberate creation. And which success habits do you have?
Yeah, this was a really good question. When you sent this over, I'd been thinking about it the past day, and lately some stuff I've been trying to focus on in my business is really focusing on the most important tasks first every day, making sure I identify those 1, 2, maybe 3 tasks that I need to get done to move things forward, to be able to achieve what I'm working towards in my vision in the business. So that's one. The other one is really to communicate expectations. I work with a lot of authors, and one of the things I make sure I do up front is make sure I tell them, this is what I can do for you, this is what I don't do for you, to make sure we're all on the same page, because there's nothing worse than going down the road with a client and being like, oh, that's not quite what we were thinking. This is not quite what we were doing. So having those correct expectations is one of the things that I've been doing. And then the other piece is slow down to speed up. I think this past year has taught a lot of people about, with the pandemic, that it's really good to take time to slow down, be deliberate about what you're doing, think about where you want to go in your goals and in your life, your career, wherever that may be. And sometimes if we take that extra time, we're really going to speed up where we're going in the end. So those are just 3 that I've been thinking about recently.
When we slow down, we are going inside, and we are working after that from inside out. That leads me to, could you share with us your values? I think they are our inside core.
Yeah. One value I have is really being abundant, having an abundance mentality, because you never know like what you provide to somebody, what you say to them, how you serve them, how that's going to come back to you. Because if we hold all of what we have and we don't share it with others and what we believe what we're trying to accomplish, we'll never be able to really know the impact that we can have. And so I feel like if I go out and I help someone, maybe in my case, an author who doesn't have the budget, if I go out and help them to the extent that I can and give of my time, then if they're successful, then in some way I'm going to succeed as well, whether it's with working with them or working with somebody else. So I think just having that abundance mentality is one value that I have. Another one is having connections. making connections with people, because that's really what matters. For me, it's like building those relationships and connections with my family and my kids, building those connections with my friends, my work colleagues, and building those connections with those that I don't understand. Building connections with people who think different than me. Just being able to have that is something that I really value and want to continue to have. And then the other thing is I love learning. So I have kind of a self mantra where it's always be learning. So that value of always be learning, always be challenging myself, always challenge myself to think beyond my current mindsets. And so that's something else I really focus on is just learning consistently, which is one reason I like books a lot. I try to read as many books as I can.
What would be your signature success? I can a little bit expand it for you. Signature success for me means a vision for the future. What will be your signature success?
I think just helping people believe in themselves. I think when you believe in yourself, you know that you can find a way to add value and to help society, help your family, help others. That is powerful because it always starts, as you mentioned, Susan, the inside out piece of it. When we can start from that self-talk, from that telling ourselves, I can do this. I may not know how. I may be fearful. I'm scared to do this, but you know what? That's okay. As long as you believe in yourself and keep going every day, that's what I would want to convey to people. And especially with authors, because so many authors on their first time around don't always believe in themselves. And it's like, no, you have a message that you can share. And there's going to be people around you to help you along the way to get there and to be your champion. So as long as you believe in yourself and keep going, you're going to find that success.
Thanks you. A lot of authors are achieving huge success. Keep going, keep doing that. What is the most important thing to be successful in life according to your life experience and your knowledge?
Yeah, this is a thoughtful question. I think for me, it's being one of the success factors is keep on going, be consistent, and every day get up and, to use an author book example, write every day. If you're trying to be a great salesman, make sure you're picking up that phone and you're making those calls each day. If you're an artist, make sure you're drawing, you're painting, you're creating every single day. Be consistent. Find what those things are that will bring you to success and make sure you're doing those every day so that you're mastering those skills and talents that you have. And coupled with that being consistent is getting back up when you fail. We're all going to fail. We're all going to trip and fall. But the sooner that we can pick ourselves up, the sooner that we can allow others to help pick us up and keep going, that's going to be what success. So being consistent every day and getting up after failure. I think those are two things that I found from my life experience that have helped me tremendously.
I understand. We all are powerful beings, and I just want to make it a little bit with other meaning. Another power, extra power, just for you. Imagine that you have a magic stick. What would you love to wish just for yourself?
Yeah, this is a good one, a magic stick. I mean, this one, I wish I could speed read and retain everything that I have. Be able to read through a book an entire day and be able to remember everything, just to have that knowledge to learn and to grow. That's something I feel like that's like when people ask, what's your realistic superpower? That would be what's the one that I would want to do. Be able to do that, because I think if I had that, I'd have that knowledge to be able to share out and help people.
Understood. If you have one piece of advice for our listeners, what it could be?
Yeah, I think it's going to be similar to what I've seen in life, is just like that piece around believing in yourself. Find what it is that you like to do, what you love to do, that you're good at, and you can, I always think this one's important, that you can make money at if you're trying to be successful and make money at it. and just go at it. Keep going every day, learn all you can about it, and develop that skill set. So I think it's just that doing that every day and believing in yourself to achieve that.
Yes, and we need to be inspired. That is my next question. What inspired you to start your business?
Yeah, so Juxtabook, I call it was a hobby for about the first 6 years. It started by when I was working at a company called Franklin Covey. They had authors that would come outside of the company and ask for help in building their books, their ebooks, publishing their books. And I learned how to build ebooks back in 2012. And my boss said, "Hey, can you help these authors outside of Franklin Covey?" I said, "Sure." So that's kind of how Juxtabook was born, is I would help authors build ebooks. Since then, we transformed into being an agency, helping authors find a publisher or get self-published, and then understanding what it takes to be able to become a published author, because it can be a long road and it can be hard. There's nearly 2 million books globally that are published every year. That's a lot of competition. And you know what? Most of those books don't sell more than 10 or 20 copies. So I think what's inspired me about Juxtabook is I want to help authors realize, it's more than just your book. There's so much you can do beyond the book to have an impact. And I wanted to create a company where it became a one-stop shop, where an author could come to us and say, "Hey, I have an idea for a book. Great. Let's get you connected with our ghostwriters. Let's get your author platform built. Make sure you're connecting this with all your marketing so that you can be successful and grow and go where you want to be." And then I think it also goes back to that piece of books change our culture. You never know where the next impactful idea is going to come from or who it's going to come from. And so being able to enable authors and give them a chance to succeed is what inspires me and keeps me going every day in building the business.
For everyone who is listening, I highly recommend get in touch with Zach. How can the audience reach out to you?
Yeah, you can go to the company website, Juxtabook, JUXTABOOK.com, and you can reach out to us there. You can either email us at info@juxtabook.com. If you want to connect with me personally, I'm on LinkedIn. And my last name is spelled a little different. So my first name is Zach, Z-A-C-H, and Kristensen is spelled with a K. It's typically with a C-H, but it's Kristensen. So if you just find me on LinkedIn, I'm happy to connect with you there and be able to answer any questions you have, or just hop on a Zoom or a call and be able to learn more about you.
Zach, I'm appreciating your time and thank you for being my guest today.
Yeah. You're welcome, Suzan. I've enjoyed my time with you.